As always, I first want to welcome everybody to the call tonight and just thank you guys for the text you got and allowing yourselves to be open to the information. Before we get started, I want to give it back to Georgia Rhea and our president, Mike Jacobson, and, of course, our executive director. You heard her on the call a little earlier. Her name is Karen Yap, and she is really very instrumental in helping us to get a lot of information to our members in Georgia Rhea. And, of course, myself, my name is Wendy Lovejoy. I'm the marketing director for Georgia Rhea, and one of the things I'm always looking at is what we can bring to the table that our community is already involved in or needs to have more information about. And so before I get into tonight's topic, I want to share a little bit of who I am and why this would make sense. I'm actually, you can hear the New York accent. I had two successful offices in the New York area. Started out not knowing anything about real estate and got involved with real estate through ERA, learned their system, became a top producer, a top listing agent, top buying, and all this and that because of systems that were put in place and the training that I was open to with my then broker. His name was Chuck McGill, and he had the first ERA franchise in the Queens area. From there, I went and I opened up an independent office. I did not go under the umbrella of a franchise, but I kept systems in place, and I trained a lot of new people or other agents to become successful real estate brokers in the New York area with their own offices. And so Century 21 approached me and offered me a franchise. That became very successful, and then I was able to be given a second franchise. So I had two Century 21 franchises in the New York area, again, because of systems and just adding and having an open mind. One of the things that I did in New York is I believed in having the ability to serve my clientele a little bit more. And so I realized that when people would move into their home, they needed a security system, no matter what neighborhood, because you've heard the saying, most people think if you live in a wealthy neighborhood, nobody's going to break in. Well, they break in because they know there's money there, and they break in sometimes in the lower level neighborhoods because they're looking for something else and sometimes money. However, I was able to get ADT every time I had a closing, whether it was a rental, a property I invested in, a sale with a seller, a buyer, for sale by owner. Every time I put in that security system, and I personally didn't do it, I simply connected the people that I was speaking to the person that I put in charge in my office to take care of this information. And every time I had a closing, and I had a lot of closings, ADT would cut me a check of $100. And I said, wow, what a great stream of income. So one of the things I looked at when I came to Atlanta, I came here and got involved in ministry. However, I started doing real estate investing. So the first place I connected with was Georgia Rhea, and this was in the mid-2000s. Had a lot of success doing real estate investing, flipping, buying and holding, things of that sort. And then the market crashed. And so I got out of real estate for a moment and got involved with another company for about 3 years, and then came back to Georgia Rhea because I wanted to take my real estate investing to a whole nother level. And I came back to Georgia Rhea, and one of the things that happened is because of the marketing that I do, which has helped every business I have to get to the higher levels of income. It's all about marketing and building teams and connecting with people that are moving in the same direction I'm moving in. One of the things that I first realized is that when I came back to Georgia Rhea is really connecting with people with the same mindset. And people who are looking to build teams, and you hear that all the time at Georgia RIA, to really become successful in your real estate investing, you have to build a team. You have to have an attorney, the right attorneys to work with you. When I had a lot of closings doing flips, I really kept 4 attorneys on retainer. And even though I left real estate for a minute, they stayed. And a lot of them are still at Georgia RIA sharing information. But I really want to get first into the mindset of how somebody should think about their business before I go any further. One, you want to connect and build teams. We just talked about that. And the reason you want to do that is because there's no way you're going to have the success that you're looking for on a monthly basis if you're doing everything yourself. Nobody has financial success without a good team, and it takes a minute to get there. Most people do 100% of their work to get the income that they have, which is an hourly rate when you do it that way. However, when you look at leveraging the efforts of other people and connect with people who have success already in what they're doing, the best person at doing this is Oprah Winfrey. We all look at Oprah and we say, wow, she's so amazing. And one of the things that I admire about her is she sees somebody having success and she connects herself to them. You might be familiar with some of the names. She connected with a Dr. Phil, Dr. Oz, Tyler Perry, Ian Levin-Zahn, and I can go on and on and on. And one of the amazing things is she found people already having success in their arena, and she connected with them to expose them to her audience, and she, in turn, being exposed to their audience, and it created what we call a win-win situation. She believes in leveraging the efforts of other people through connections, and again, these are win-win connections. Well, in real estate and in ministry or any type of a nonprofit, I run into a lot of people at Georgia RIA that have a nonprofit because that's one of the best ways to buy real estate, but it's also one of the best ways to kind of cushion sometimes taxes and really to be a person that's giving. Georgia RIA is a nonprofit, so they fall under this umbrella. As the marketing director of Georgia RIA, one of the things that I looked at when I came on board, and I'm excited that you guys on this call are proof of it, to bring what we call text alerts to the organization. A few people on this call, you got on the call because you got the text from our another volunteer at Georgia RIA, and his name is Kurt Smith. He is the one who sent you the text alert on behalf of the information I was going to share tonight. So that's just one product or service. However, as the marketing director, again, I'm always looking at how can we take Georgia RIA to the next level? How can we get the information or what information is lacking? And then usually when an idea comes to my head, the first person I talk with is Executive Director Karen Yap, because she's been with the organization longer than any of us, and she knows just about everybody in the organization. And so she can kind of have a feel if this is a good fit or not. When I came back to Georgia RIA, I realized that there's a lot of people at Georgia RIA that understand what Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett, Donald Trump are now saying, that you need more than one stream of income. You're not going to make it if you're only focusing on wholesaling, or you're only thinking about flipping, or you're thinking about, as a real estate agent, you're only thinking about how many buyers can you get in the car and buy a home. You've got to be open to a different mindset because, your thoughts end up creating the lifestyle that you live. And your thoughts really come from your emotions, your 5 emotions, your 5 senses, the things you see, the things you feel. All of this creates your thoughts, and then you take action based on that. However, if you have an open mindset and you start looking at your business differently or you're open to information that's brought to you, we're not saying you have to jump on everything, but at least be open to it. You end up taking your business to a whole nother level. And again, Robert Kiyosaki, who is very well known for real estate because his rich dad invested in building systems and teams and buying real estate, and his poor dad believed in the traditional way. I'm going to work forever. I'm going to pay off this house, and when I'm 105 years old, me and your mom are going to go on a vacation, and we're going to be able to live off of, the money that I've earned working 9 to 5 forever. I don't know how many people on this call have ever seen the play Death of a Salesman. It's one of my favorite plays because it tells the story of a gentleman who thought the very same way the poor dad thought. He thought he was going to work from 9 to 5. He put in his 40 years, and all he wanted to do was pay off his mortgage. He had a 30-year mortgage, and he just wanted to pay it off. Unbeknownst to him, he couldn't figure it out. He wasn't open to other opportunities. So he figured he's going to get a life insurance policy, and then he'll take his own life so that when he dies, at least his wife and children can enjoy the home without a mortgage. But unbeknownst to him, he took his life, and his mortgage was paid for. And so, it just makes you wonder about not having information and how it can cost you. So Robert Kiyosaki and so many other very brilliant men are saying that multi-level marketing is the best way to build passive income. And one of the things I've noticed at Georgia is we have a lot of different multi-level marketers in the organization. You've heard of Legal Shield, and everything you can think of right now is being set up as a multi-level marketing model. It's just amazing at how many things, including hair, is sold in that format. But at Georgia, everything that your customer needs, your tenant, your seller, your buyer, your the guy who takes care of the pests and the handyman, I can go on and on and on, but anybody that has anything to do with the real estate transaction, they all need the products and services that this one particular company offers. And these are products and services like your cell phone, internet, cable, home phone, everything you can think of, text alerts, credit protection, health insurance benefits. It goes on and on and on. People may not want to buy a house at the time you want to buy it or sell when you're ready to sell, but they'll always need a cell phone. They'll always need gas, electricity, and all these services. And I'm saying to you, it's been profitable to add a concierge service. And if you're a nonprofit, you can do this for free. There's no sign-up fees to you or anything like that. But now, every time somebody pays their Sprint bill or any of the high-profile cell phone companies, they get the gas from the same companies they've been getting gas from. They used internet and cable from the same major names they've been using. All you're doing is offering this concierge service. The team that I've trained and put together will do all the work for you, and every time your person that you refer into this service pays a bill, you get a portion of it. It's so simple that it's just a no-brainer. And so one of the things I want to share is that wealth trends are changing. And I know this isn't for everybody, or you might say, I've heard of this before and I'm not interested. Well, if that is you, I understand and I respect it, but I'd really encourage you to be open, because every 10 years a new wealth trend comes about. We all remember a few years ago, nobody even believed in the computer. But now, do you know who is slated to become the first trillionaire, not billionaire? He's been a billionaire a million times over, and gave away half his fortune. But now Bill Gates is slated to be the first trillionaire in the very near future because he took advantage of a wealth trend. Most people don't take advantage of something new because they stay in their comfort zone. But a really wealthy mindset will tell you that your comfort zone is where you stay broke or you keep the same level of income that you've had as long as you're having it. But when you're just open to something new, when you hang out with other people who are millionaire mindset, and it's not going to cost you any money to get this information. If you're on this call, you are intrigued, and I hope you'll be even more intrigued and come out on Thursday, this Thursday, May 29th, at Georgia headquarters. We are going to be sharing this information of what the products and services that we offer are and the compensation plan, how you can get paid by simply referring people. I'm not asking you to add another job. I'm not asking you to add another bunch of stuff you got to do. And if you've heard that the only way you can make money in multi-level marketing is if you're constantly chasing people down and asking them to join your organization, I beg to differ with you. In Columbus, Georgia, a couple of years ago, nobody was interested in multi-level marketing. And I took about a year to set up some systems and some trainings there and change the whole income and the mindset of Columbus, Georgia. And now people's income went from under $1,500 a month. And because of bringing these systems and the trainings to Columbus, Georgia, the income has completely changed. As I'm speaking to you on the call now, one of the top producers in our company, you see her on Married to Medicine, and her name is Lisa Cloud. Well, she made all her money from this same platform I'm trying to expose you to, and she'll actually be going to Columbus, Georgia, doing a presentation with one of the gentlemen who I have the pleasure of changing his mindset from working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never spending any time with his family, just in a rat race. He was making good money. He had a great position at Men's Warehouse. But being open to this, he now can do whatever he wants when he wants, and he's presenting the information. I will not be in Columbus, Georgia. I no longer have to go there, but every time something is done in Columbus, Georgia, I still benefit because of putting this system in place. We're looking to do the same thing at Georgia. We're looking to see who this benefits, who can get the help and build their income, and also save money on products and services that they're using anyway. Sometimes the difference in the tenant paying their rent is because the tenant would rather pay for their cell phone or pay for their internet before they pay their rent. Well, if you could get them those services at a discounted amount, how quickly can you get your rent? And these are the things I want you to be open to. You can ask yourself, why should I do this? And if you ask yourself, how can I profit from this opportunity? Then you'll get answers that will show you that. I encourage you not to ask yourself questions like, isn't this that multi-level thing that people say is a scam? Because people always ask me, how do I know what question to ask? And I always answer by saying you ask the question to the answer you're looking for. If you're looking to say that I'm exposing you to something that is not going to benefit you, and you ask yourself, is this not good for me? Guess what your brain is going to answer? Every reason that this is not good for you. But if you say something like, okay, I just sold my first house, or I'm in contract, or I'm looking to wholesale, so I'm going to get in connection with a lot of properties, how can this profit me? How can this add another stream of income? I don't know about you, but one of the reasons I got involved with Georgia and also got involved in real estate investing. I got involved with Georgia because I don't believe there's any other organization in Georgia that offers the kind of trainings, the kind of connection, and the kind of love people have to seeing you succeed. I just don't see it, and I do a lot of networking, so I can honestly say it's a culture that's completely different. But I also got involved in real estate investing so that I could make a profit. And every time I have a closing, every time a mortgage company that I know has a closing, whether it's New York or wherever they're located, Baltimore, doesn't matter, whenever they have a closing, if they've allowed us to put this concierge service in place for them, our team makes the phone call, sets up the internet, the cable, all the services that your people need, and then when they decide that this is the best fit for them and they close and they pay their first month's bill, guess what happens? The company recognizes you as the person that put this in place, and 5 Links will cut you a check. Now, it takes a minute for your residual income to grow, so they have other ways you can get paid. We have churches in the Atlanta, Georgia area that went from struggling, and when they put services like this in place, not only can the pastor or the bishop, whoever's in charge of services, have somebody send out a text saying, are you on your way to church? Or, this is the next project we're working on. These are the donations we're looking for. They send a text alert. Their congregation has not really suffered from doing that. They've actually grown. And what's happening is people are being taught, because one of the things that happens when you connect with multi-level marketing is you grow through the process. It is one of the only places where you get compensated for self-development. And the more you grow yourself, the more you grow your mindset, the more exposed and informed you are about finances, the more income you make. But we've seen churches, nonprofits, outreach ministries, realtors, brokers, and I can go on and on, investors, have a whole different stream of income because of implementing these services. And all I wanted to do tonight is to invite you to come out this Thursday. We're not going to stick a pen in your hand and say you got to do this. We just want to share some information. The same way you come out to Georgia and get information about wholesaling, landlording, and all the other, power-packed information that's passed through the trainers, the teachers of Georgia, instructors. We're going to share this information with you. And if it makes sense, then we'll tell you the next step. But if it doesn't make sense, then not a problem. At least you have the information. And if you come across somebody this would benefit, we'd hope you'd send them out to the next event that we're doing, which is we're going to be offering different multi-level marketing opportunities on a monthly basis. The one that I love the most is like I said, 5 Links, because it's a combination of every other multi-level marketing business you can think of. We offer all products and services that are used on a daily basis. And, again, you get a discount for the products and services that we offer. If you feel this is something you'd be open to, I really encourage you to come out on Thursday. And if you will go to georgia.org website, you could learn a little bit more about the information. And you can purchase your ticket online. It's $5 online. If you want to get this information anywhere in Atlanta, most places are charging $10 to $25 to share this information. But at Georgia, if you go online, you can sign up for $5 and know that that $5 is going back into the organization to help to just, continue to bring more information to the community. If you wait until the day of the event, it's going to cost a little bit more. But I would encourage you to come out anyway, because you're investing in getting information. And if this information fits anything, or you have questions about multi-level marketing, or you have questions about another stream of income, the trainings, the support, team building, all of that will be answered that evening. So again, I encourage you, if you're a nonprofit, if you're a realtor, an investor, if you're brand new in the business, or you seasoned and you have 10 or more properties, this will definitely be of help to you. If you just want to find out how you can get text alerts, connect with me. I'd be very happy to share that information. If you're interested in finding out about credit protection, we offer that too. So what I would like to do at this point is to open up the call to see if there's any questions about tonight's information or anything about coming out to the event on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. at Georgia headquarters. Okay, is there anybody on the call with a question or a comment on tonight's information?
Wendy, is there more information on the Georgia REIA website?
Yes, definitely. If you go to georgiareia.org, GAREIA.org, you can find out more about the event on Thursday evening. But the best thing to do is to just come on out. And you definitely can get a one-on-one. You can see the full presentation of the information. That is the best way to get all the questions answered. So I thank you for asking that question. Anybody else with a question or a comment? And if I've answered that question, if not, please feel free to ask another question.
Yes, this is James.
Hi, James. How are you?
I'm doing fine. And I just wanted to know, how much would it take in order to be a member? Or is there any extensive training about this particular program, or just a one-time fee that you pay and become a member?
Well, it's going to be a one-time fee, and I don't like to look at it as a fee. It's an investment. Like, to me, when you pay your money to become a member of Georgia REIA, I don't look at that as a fee or I just spent. I look at it as an investment because it doesn't add up to what you get back. But I personally am known in 5 Links as a person who believes in trainings and systems and marketing. So my team would actually be working with you and taking your business to the next level. And I think this would be a perfect fit for you, James, because you are somebody who is very involved in property. You are buying and holding and everything else. So it's a good fit. But I would just say come out and hear the information, because if you're a nonprofit, it's completely free to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for asking that question. I appreciate it. Anybody else with a question or a comment? Okay, one last call. Anybody else with a question or a comment about any of the information that was shared tonight? Great. As I said before, you can definitely go on the website and get more information. You can also get my contact information, and feel free to text me and we could set up a conversation about this. I'd be very happy to answer your questions, because as I said, one of the things that we're looking to do at Georgia REIA is get you all the information on all the different multi-level marketing platforms. It's happening. There's a lot of members that are in 5 Links, Legal Shield, Organo Gold. All of these are different multi-level marketing systems, and if you connect with one that feels good to you, it's definitely going to change how you build your passive income. It's like buying a piece of property and waiting 20, 30 years for it to be paid off. But what if you could build another stream of income and bring in a few $1,000s a month, and now you've invested into that real estate property and pay it off a little sooner. How good would that feel? So these are the kind of things we're going to be bringing to the meeting on Thursday. So, again, I appreciate your time. I really thank you for listening in on tonight's call. This is not something you have to do a lot of work. We just want you to hear the information, and if the information sounds like something you want to move forward with, then the concierge service would be put in place for you. When you go to the Georgia RIA website, you will see this information entitled the Money Making Mixer, because we definitely want to allow other people to connect and get more information from different multi-level marketing networks. So next month, we're going to be presenting the Organo Gold opportunity. The month after that is going to be Legal Shield. And I'm always looking to see if we bring this information to the community, do they want this information, and can it be helpful to Georgia RIA? That's the goal. So, again, I really appreciate your time. I want to give it back to the president, Mike Jacobson.
Hello, Wendy.
Yes. Yes.
One question. This is Richard.
Sure.
Is
Richard.
there a sign up fee for 5 links, or is it like Legal Shield where you can get the packet and you do your own marketing?
There's different levels of 5 links. It goes from free to to about $400. It just depends on what level of entry you want. So as I said before, you can get in free, you can get in for anything from free and up to about $400. It's really up to you. Is there any possible way, Richard, that you can come out on Thursday and get more information?
Yes, it's possible.
Awesome. Well, when you come out, please, I'd love to shake your hand. One of the gentlemen from Columbus, who I have the pleasure of saying is somebody who had no understanding of multi-level marketing, has now implemented this information and is having major success. He actually works for Affleck, but he's finding more growth and everything else out of the 5 links opportunity. So I look forward to being able to share the information with you in that same way. And his name is Edward Warren, and he will be sharing the information with me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. So, again, I really appreciate everybody that made it on the call tonight. Feel free to bring somebody out with you, and if you have any questions, they will definitely be answered on Thursday. I definitely, again, want to give it back to the president and also to our executive director, Karen Yap, and thank her for always being on time and in getting this information and making sure that our community is well informed. And, again, my name is Wendy Lovejoy. If you see me hanging around Georgia RIA, feel free to come up to me and ask me questions. I'm there to help you with getting your marketing to another level. And we have some great events coming up in the near future. So please pay attention to the emails that are coming out, the text alerts, and definitely the website. We have so much in store for you this upcoming year. And if you get a chance and you're on the YouTube channel, go to georgiaria.org. We have over 60 videos that will help inform you. This information will be on replay. It will definitely also be on YouTube. I encourage you, every second Monday of the month, we have our general meeting. All the information is on the website. Come out. Get involved in the community. Let us get to know you on a more personal level and see what it is that you need to help you move to the next level in your real estate investing. So I hope the information tonight was helpful. I look forward to meeting you in person. And with that being said, this call is officially over. I will see you on Thursday. Good night, everybody.